Good morning, class 11 students. Today we will be studying note making as it is in your syllabus and it is asked in your final examination and your half yearly examination. So you need to have a look at it in order to ensure that you know how to make perfect and appropriate notes, because there are certain things that you have to keep in mind while making note making. So let's go through the introduction of note making. So why do we make notes? So today extensive reading is the buzzword in every field of study or research. While reading, we are often bombarded with information of a vast ambit. It often becomes difficult to recall the key points of a passage, article we may have read. So in simple language, you go through a lot of text, uh, whether it is, you could say if it is a meeting or if it's a story or if it's an article or whatever, if it's a news report. So when you go through it, sometimes they are very huge and long, so it is very hard to remember each and every point, every part of it. That is why you make notes of important things so that you don't skip them and you can easily memorize them. Note making is a means to capture the key ideas of a given passage in easily readable logical structure format. So in CBSE, what note making is, it means when you capture, when you're able to extract out the key ideas, the important points that is given in passage, because passage contain lots of words, and obviously in note making you cannot write all the words or all the information. You're just supposed to write the valuable, the important, or the crux, very important information in simple language, and it has to be noted down in a logically structured format. You can't just, it is not allowed. You can't do things like you just copy the statement and then you write it down. No, there is actually a format. There is actually a structure format that you have to stick to, otherwise you will not get marks. Note making in CBSE, note making isn't just about highlighting important points and noting them down in any casual manner. No, you have to stick to a structured format. So we will also be discussing the format and the marking schemes of note making. So the key to abbreviation is, when you shorten a word, because there are, you are supposed to use abbreviation while making notes in CBSE. You are supposed to make at least, four. You don't have to make, because it carries 5 marks, so you don't have to make like so many abbreviations. You can make at least, a minimum 4, right? And I would recommend you don't exceed more than 6 or 7, right? Or you can stick to 5 abbreviation. So what is the purpose of note making? To revise the lesson before examination. Yes, a note making, you don't have to prepare note making just to score those 5 marks. This is actually an art, or it is a teaching or a technique to, you can also apply this technique to memorize or understand information. Yes, you can, when you read, you can actually make notes of your lessons before examination, right? So you can also use in your this can help you a lot in your examination. And then you can, when you have to write a report, any composition, to plan a speech or any lecture, you have to make notes. Then only you will be able to write a perfect speech or lecture, or when you have to convey a message. Understand? And to summarize the text that you have read, and obviously when you summarize everything, right? Because when you read a passage, you are bombarded with lots of information and it is not easy to remember those chunk of information. That is why you need to make notes. You need to summarize them. So how to make notes? There are certain instructions that you have to follow. How to make notes? Notice that important information has been underlined. When you read the passage, make sure you underline the important information so that you will know that this can be used as heading or subheading. I will tell you more about subheading and heading when we will go through the format. And then read the passage again and asking yourself questions and answering them as you read. Yes, and this is also one of the technique that you can use to make good notes, that when you read a passage you can ask questions. Suppose if it's about Taj Mahal, who made Taj Mahal when it was built, you can do questions like that, right? And with the help of the answers, note down main points, write the points without full forms of the verbs. And then, yes, one more important thing in note makings, we never write complete or full sentences in CBSE. Two or three related ideas can be combined into one point. Yes, you can use colon and long dash to combine two or three more information. Now, what are the characteristics of note making? Not written in grammatically correct sentence? Yes, because we try to shorten everything, right? So we don't follow. Spelling has to it has to be correct, but we don't follow the complete pattern, the sub, right? Notes are much shorter than original. It has to be short. Main points and supporting details are distinguished. You can differentiate unimportant words, and then try not to exceed 5 words in every heading and supporting points, right? Now, I think we should go through a note so that you will know how to do them properly. So we will be studying a passage, and then I will tell you and help you that how you will make notes and the format. Just wait. Okay, this section you can find in your books. I think in the end you can find note making, summarizing, subtitle, and essay writing. It is given in your book. So let's study them. First will note making. So note making is an important study skill. We have already discussed it. It also helps us at work. We need to draw the main points of the material we read, as it is difficult to remember large chunks of information. Let us begin with an example. So children, this is the passage that I am going to read, and on the same time I will be explaining it to you so that you will get the idea. Right, so this passage, it is about a bird, pheasants. So pheasants are shy, charming birds known for their brilliant plumage. Plumage is, feather covering of a bird. Understand? Plumage. So these beautiful birds occupy an important niche in nature's scheme. Niche means a function within an ecological system to which an organism is, specially suited. So nature's scheme of things, of the 900 bird species and 155 families, the pheasants belong to the order of Galliforms. So Galliforms is actually related to chicken, and the family Phasiandae. The Galliforms are known as games birds, and this includes pheasants, partridges, quails, grouse, francolins, turkeys, and megapods. So these are, they belong to this family, and they Galliforms are known as game birds. So game birds includes pheasants, partridges, quails, grouse, francolins, turkeys, megapods. So there are 51 species of pheasants, that is what you need to remember, in the world, and these are shown in the identification chart brought out by the Environment Society of India that you can check. Right, so there are 51 species of pheasants. The purpose of this chart is to create awareness amongst members of the school eco club under the National Green Corps of the Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of India. So why do we have this chart? Why it was brought out by the Environment Society of India? Because just to create awareness among the members of the school eco clubs under the National Green Corps, right? So except for the Congo peafowl, all the other pheasants are from Asia. So just one, and the 50 pheasants are from Asia. They are found in Asia. Scientists believe that all pheasants originated from the Himalayas, and it is believed that they all originated from Himalayas, and then they scattered into Tibet, China, Myanmar, Southeast Asian countries, as well as the mountains, the jungle fowl, and the peafowl spread to the South India and Sri Lanka long before the early settlers established themselves in the Indo-Gangetic plain. About a third of the pheasants in the world are found in India. Right, so the 50 species, 50 species of pheasants, they are found in Asia, and in India we found a third of all the pheasants in the world are found in India, right? So the male blue peafowl, the peacock, is the best known member of the pheasants family. So peacock, which is our national bird, it is also a species of pheasants and is India's national bird. Yes, it occupies prominent, means famous place in India's art and culture and folklore, right? So now you have seen that this passage is devoted to pheasant, that how many species of pheasant and which family they belong to, right? And then we also get to know that we have a certain species that can be found, pheasants that can be found in uh, India, right? And I think peacock is one of them, and peacock is our uh, it is our it is our national bird. And yes, it does occupy a prominent place in India's art culture, and you can hear the folklore, right? The tales. And so this is actually the Caucasus Mountain, right? It is believed that okay, uh, the scientists believe that all pheasants originated from the Himalayas, and then they scattered into Tibet, right? And countries as well as Caucasus Mountains, right? So they actually originated from Himalayas. That is what you need to remember. And then they spread to different, scattered into Tibet, China, Myanmar, Southeast, and Caucasus Mountains. So, so now this is the same passage, but you will see that important informations have already been highlighted. So you can actually see the statement is underlined. Pheasants are shy, charming birds known for their brilliant plumage. So this is highlighted. And then the second information, the pheasants belong to the order. Always remember, you have to make easy notes. You don't have to write all the information, or the complex ones. So galliforms and family, it's Fasciidae. Fasciidae and the galliforms are known as game birds. This includes, so that's all. And then the important line here is 51 species of pheasants in the world, and the identification chart brought up by the Environment Society of India. So we have already read the passage. You just have to see that they have highlighted the important parts. Pheasants are from Asia. Pheasants originated from the Himalayas. About a third of all the pheasants in the world are found in India. The male blue peafowl, the peacock, is the best known member of the pheasant family and is India's national bird. And now the second, see, now this is a very important trick. I mean, it is, it is actually, this is actually the real trick to get good notes. So read the passage again, asking yourself questions and answering. So what is the passage about? That's how you can actually, if you will ask question, you will obviously you will find what the subheadings and headings is. So what is the passage about? It is about pheasants. Where found? They are found in Asia, particularly India, right? So you, one third population of pheasants, they are found in India. And origins, Himalayas. So see, you're asking yourself questions and you're actually getting important information. Time, long before Indo-Gangetic plain settlements. This is Ganges, right? The Ganga River. Which group of birds? Order, galliforms, game birds, family, and Phasiandae. And then we have how many species? We have 51. What is the source of information? ESI chart. Yes, what is the purpose of ESI chart? Create awareness among school eco clubs under NGC. Which is the best known member? Peacock, India's national bird. And then step 3, with the help of the answers, note down the main points, write in the points without full of the verb. So now you know the answers and you can use to write down the point. Pheasants. So you made a first heading, pheasant. They are shy birds with bright plumage. He has used short sentences. Found largely in Asia, especially India. Origin in the Himalayas. Spread in China, Myanmar, Southeast Asia. Order galliforms, games birds, family. Number of species 51. ESI chart. Purpose of ESI chart. So this is what now 2 or 3, when you see that there are like 2 or 3 information that is related to same point, so you can actually combine them using use of colon and long dash. Now step 4, now go over the facts and number them. This is the only to analyze the process of note making. With the practice will be able to reach step 4 immediately, going through the steps 2 and 3 mentally. So you actually don't have to write all these points when you're making. This construction has to happen in your mind, but initially you have to practice it. So when you're reading this passage in your examination, you don't get too much time, you just get a few minutes to read, right? I mean, because you have to give time to other questions too, so this has to be very quick. you know the important points, you know the questions, and then you start writing down and you will start making notes. So finally we go, most children, they just randomly put the words and then they write the word, but this is not the right way to do it. So finally we go over the facts and number them again. So this is the facts that you have to keep in mind. It has to be short. Identify the main point. For example, if you're making one main heading, suppose the main heading here, pheasants, right? And in subheadings you can include they are shy and charming bird, they are found in Asia, there are 51 species of pheasants, one third of species are found in India. So that's how you make notes, right? And the list of information is called note form. They are written only in phrase, not sentences. In simple way, you have to remember, then don't write all, do not write complete sentences, make short sentences. It doesn't have to be grammatically correct, but you're not allowed to misspell any word, right? So I want you guys to stick to this format. What is the format here? You will stick to this format. You can, there are other formats too, but this is what I'm recommending. Please stick to this one. So we will be studying only this format. We won't be studying the different ones, otherwise it will create confusions. So it doesn't matter. So you can follow anyone, but I would recommend you follow this one. So whenever you suppose you have to give a title for this, for the passage which we have just read, we will use the heading pheasant. So you have to give a title to your note making. This is the first step. Give title to your note making. So now the title here is pheasant, and then you will use main heading. So for main heading you will use 1. If the main heading is 1, for first main heading you will use 1. And in this main heading, when you will include information, how will you include? 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So now you have one main heading, and in one main heading you have 3 subheadings, right? And then you make second main heading and you will include information in it like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. And then third main heading you will include information like 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. And then we have abbreviations and symbols are freely used. So you can actually shorten and any word that you feel like. Yes, you can use any. Okay, you can abbreviate any word. For example, if you were supposed to abbreviate this word, abbreviation, if you were supposed to abbreviate it, so how will we abbreviate it? You will use like you won't write the complete word, you will just write ABBR and then you put apostrophe, and this will be abbreviated. And once you're done with, I would recommend that you make 4 main headings and you will include 3 subheadings in each one of them. So note, okay, so this is now this is another passage that I don't think we need to go through it, because this will be your homework. You'll go through it and you will make notes. So you have to remember how you will do it. I will explain you also. Just wait. Okay, so now I will be sharing that how you are supposed to make. So first of all, you actually need to give a heading to your note making. So in your when you get this question, in your examination, when you there will be a question like you have to read a passage. It will be written, read the following passage and answer the question that follows. So you will be asked to make notes of the following passage. For example, in this passage, we simply know that we can easily give a title to this passage, and I think I can use the title pheasants, right? You can use the title pheasant. Okay, pheasants, and then you will use how I have just told you how first we will make heading. So what will be the main heading? Yes, you can write again pheasants, right? And in this main heading you can include information like 1.1. So you don't have to write complete sentences, you can simply write This is just an example because I won't be doing the whole thing. I'm just explaining you that how to do, how do it. Rest you can do. For example, charming. I'm not writing the complete sentence. Charming, comma, um, have brilliant plumage. It's plumage, uh, right? So, and let me just also tell you, if you suppose if you want to abbreviate plumage, this word you can actually, I have already told you that at least use 5 abbreviation, right? Don't exceed more than 5. You can just use 5, that's fine. So I can abbreviate plumage like this. So I am not writing the complete word, I have just written this form and then apostrophe, right? So I will make a box in the once I'm done with my note, and this is where I will write all the short forms, uh, uh, and one side I'll write the complete form of the plumage. So children, first thing is to give title that I have given. Second, make 3 main headings and include 3 subheadings in each one of them, right? So pheasant, charming. So in this I can include some more information. And how will I the serial order will be 1.2. so I can write, like they belong to galliforms, right? They belong to galliforms. So this is I can also abbreviate galliforms, right? So it is up to you if you want to abbreviate this word. And then so children, you can actually see that my title is here, right? This is my main heading, and in this main heading I have included 2 information, 1.1, 1.2. I can include 3. I have already told you, please include 3 informations, at least 3 subheadings. These are called subheadings. So you can include 1.3. Now you can, I'm not writing anything here, I'm just showing. So now you can make second main heading, right? And in the second main heading, suppose you can write anything, it's the passage, right? So I can also make a like ESI. I can make a second heading like ESI. So it is actually the Environment Society of India, right? They have given this chart. So in this main heading I can include information like 2.1, then 2.2, and I will also use abbreviation there, and 2.3. Understand? So I can, and then last but not the least, I will make third main heading. So what the second main heading is ESI. So the third main heading could be you can actually make the origin of pheasants, right? Okay, I was supposed to copy it here. This is, let me just, actually this is 2.1 and third information, because I cannot write about pheasant because this main heading is about ESI, right? So here I can write origin. This is my third main heading, origin of pheasants, right? And in this I can include more information. And how will I do it? 3.1, I will write Himalayas, and I can include more information like this way, 3.2, 3.3. So that's how you make it. And I will make a box here where you will use, like, you will make a box, and this is where you will write the heading abbreviation, and in the abbreviation you will mention that you have used these abbreviation. For example, I abbreviated the word plumage, right? So you will also write the complete form of plumage. So done. That is what we have in note making. So it's very simple, it's not very difficult. So you can actually see that how I done. Title, main heading first, and in this main heading the relevant points are 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and this the ESI and I have not written the main subheadings here, but you will include this way: 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and the origin of pheasant. This is my third main heading, and the subheadings are Himalaya 3.2, 3.3. You can include information, and then abbreviation chart. At least use 5 abbreviations. So that's all for children today. Have a nice day. In case you have any questions, you can ask in the online class. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.